Hello and welcome to today's video. This is going to be my July TBR, and yet again we are going to be playing my TBR Snakes and Ladders to decide what we're doing. So this is a game that I've now been playing to pick every TBR this year, and it's a lot of fun. It's nice, it's easy, it's fun. So that's the plan. Essentially, that is the plan. This is the board that we use every month. If you want full detailed description of how everything works, I will link up above January's TBR, because that one I go over it in detail, all of the rules, everything that's going on. But essentially this is the board. It's got 100 squares. It's set up to be just like Snakes and Ladders. I roll 6 times and I roll using an 8-sided die, and I just have a little counter that I use to move around, and if I land on a ladder I go up the ladder and pick the prompt using the top of the ladder, but I also get to -1, which means if I'd got 6 rolls and I hit on a ladder, I'd then only actually have to roll 5 rolls. Also, if I land on a snake, we go down the snake and get our prompt from the bottom, but I have to plus a roll, so if we roll in 6 times and I plus a roll, it'd be 7 rolls. So that's, you know, just the basics of it. And as you can see here, there are multiple colours all over the board. These correlate to prompt cards that I pick from. There are also 4 shiny silver points. If I land on them, I'll go over them, but essentially they're just a little bit extra to make it a little bit more fun. So far I've been playing for 6 months and I haven't landed on them, so at some point hopefully I will, and then I can talk about them. But yeah, that is the board. In terms of the prompts, we have 5 colours. So if I get a purple prompt, it will correlate to a visual card, and that just literally means the prompt you pick in is based on a visual aspect of the book. If I land on a pink, that correlates to genre-ish, and the reason it's ish is because there's a few in there that aren't technically genres, but I'll know what I mean. If I land on a blue, that is a game, so essentially some form of game, so whether that be coordinates pick, the cats pick, playing a TBR game, stuff like that. It's just some sort of game to decide how you pick the book. If I land on orange, it is type, so that correlates to the type of book that I'm picking. So paperback, hardback, audiobook, big book, little book, medium book, library book, borrowed book, all that sort of thing. And then if I land on green, that correlates to other, and other is essentially prompts that I thought of that didn't fit into any of the other categories. So these are a bit all over the place, but that's what happens if I land on a green. So yeah, that's all the prompts. We're playing the board. I'll start off on the same square that I ended on last month, so yeah. Any questions, ask them down below. As I said, I've linked January up above, and let's get rolling. Okay, so we left off last month on number 87. So this is roll 1 of 6. That wasn't much of a roll, but that landed on a 1. So we will move 1, and that is blue. Blue is game, so let's select a game card. For roll number 1, we've got every letter of my name in the cover. So that is roll number 1. Okay, so roll number 1, we landed on game, and the game that we got was every letter of my name is in the cover. Now, since picking this, the cats have decided to bite the card into pieces, but it took me a while, but I figured it out, and I'm going to get my tissue out because that's how I figured out that it got every letter in. So here is the book I've chosen. This is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, and the thing to note is this just says every letter of my name in the cover. So that doesn't have to be the title, doesn't have to be the author, it can be anything that is on the cover. So for instance, number 1 New York Times bestselling author, I can count all of those letters as well. So essentially I've wrote them all out on here, so I know for a fact that all of the things are in here. So yeah, that's what I picked. It did take ages, and I did kind of regret not filming the process of going through all these different books and figuring out if they had the letters in, but this is what we got to do. House of Earth and Blood, and I will do a close-up so you can see that there is loads of writing on the cover that's like not the title and not the author name, so that's how I managed to get this one to work. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. I am all caught up with Sarah J Maas's books except for this series, this Crescent City series, so I've been wanting to get around to it for a while. It's a big book, and that's why I haven't, but that's what I'm going to do. And I guess I should read the back of it. I don't know if I've ever even read the back of this before. Okay. Bound by blood, tempted by desire, unleashed by destiny. Bryce Quinlan used to light up Crescent City, partying all night in the clubs where the strict classes of angel, shifter, human and fae merge into a sea of beautiful bodies. And then a demon murdered her closest friends. 2 years later, when the supposed killer is behind bars but the crimes start up again, the city's leaders command Bryce to investigate. They assign an enslaved fallen angel, Hunt Athalar, to make sure she does. But as Bryce fights to uncover the truth and resist her attraction to the brooding angel who shadows her every step, she finds herself following a trail that leads deep into her own dark past. So that is this book, and that was for roll number 1, for filling the prompt, every letter of my name on the cover. Okay, roll number 2 of 6. That is an 8. There we go, an 8. So we'll move 8 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is green, which is other, and we've also now surpassed the last snake, which means we will hopefully finish this board. And that other is less than 500 reviews. So for roll number 2 we've got less than 500 reviews. Okay, so roll number 2 we landed on other, and the prompt for this was less than 500 reviews. And for this, it took a while to figure out what to read, and then I spotted this book and I was like, this probably has less than 500 reviews because it's quite niche. So this is Foolhardy Folk Tales by Beans on Toast. Beans on Toast is like a musician that I really like, really enjoy their songs, and yeah, overall just really good. The songs are very like political, environmental, like talk about real issues, but they're also really catchy and really fun. I read the first book that Beans on Toast released and really loved it. I read it all in one night. I literally stayed up to read it. So I've been wanting to get to this book for a while now, and yeah, it had less than 500 reviews on Goodreads, so this is the one that I'm picking. Okay, so the only description that I found for this is a collection of stories about art, money, drugs and true love. A celebration of living life, making music and blagging it. So yeah, this is one that, you know, if you like the artist, you're going to enjoy the book. So I'm really excited to get to this one and fulfill the prompt with it. Okay, halfway through, we've got roll 3 of 6, which is a 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come back down to the start. 5, 6. That is pink, which is genre-ish. So let's pick this one up. And this is a thriller or mystery. So for roll number 3, we've got thriller or mystery. We also surpassed 100, which means I get to buy a book and not have it count towards my goal for the year. So, free buy a book. Okay, and then roll number 3, we got genre-ish, and for this one, we got thriller or mystery. So, I'm fairly confident that this one fits it. I'm not very good at genres and known for sure, but this is How to Kill Your Family. I just love this, and this is the, I think it's just Waterstones exclusive because it's got the black sprayed edges. But yeah, I just think this sounds so fun and so interesting, and honestly I just saw it in the shop and I picked it up because I was like, I need to read this soon, and this was about 2 months ago now, so really I should have read it, but it's 2 months is still pretty soon for me, as you can see. But yeah, so they say you can't choose your family, but you can kill them. Meet Grace Bernard, daughter, sister, serial killer. Grace has lost everything and she will stop at nothing to get revenge. I don't know, that sounds pretty interesting to me, and honestly I just want to take this book to a family gathering and like read it in front of them and see people's reactions. So yeah, but yeah, this fits the prompt, thriller or mystery. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a thriller, like a serial killer thriller. So yeah, that is that. Okay, on to roll number 4. That is a 7. Okay, so that is a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is an orange, which is type. So for this one we've got paperback, so that one is nice and easy. So the type of book that I will be reading will be a paperback. Okay, and then roll number 4. Yeah, roll number 4 we got type, and this was simply paperback. Now, paperback books are mainly what I own and read, so this wasn't very difficult for me, but the one that I've decided to go with is The Virgin Suicides. So this is an older book, but it's recently been republished and kind of like repackaged, I guess you could say, because like this doesn't look old, this looks very modern. And yet, honestly, the cover intrigued me. I read the back and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up. So like the small word for this book is that girl didn't want to die. She just wanted out of that house. She wanted out of that decorating scheme. So the 5 Lisbon sisters, beautiful, eccentric and now gone, had always been a point of obsession for the entire neighbourhood. Although the boys that once loved them from afar have grown up, they remain determined to understand a tragedy that has defied explanation. The question persists, why did all 5 of the Lisbon girls take their own lives? This lyrical and timeless tale of sex and suicide that transforms and mythologizes suburban middle American life announced the arrival of one of the greatest American novelists of the last 30 years. I don't know, but yeah, this really intrigued me. This sounds like it could be interesting, and I don't think it's classed as a classic, but it kind of falls into like that modern classic group, and I think it could be a new, different way for me to get into classics. This is my classic shelf and I'm not having a very good time trying to figure out what sort of writing classic style that I like, but I think that this could be one where it just works, so I'm going to give it a go, honestly, and hope for the best. I think if there's one book that I'm worried about this month, it is this one, just because it's a lot out of my comfort zone, but the premise of it sounds so interesting. Hopefully it'll be good. Okay, roll number 5, which will hopefully be the penultimate roll. Let's go. Is a 2. 1, 2. So that is pink, which is genre-ish again. I did not show the dice. Is a 2. There you go. And pink. Graphic novel / manga. Okay, this would normally be pretty easy, but I don't actually think I have any right now. I have one. Yeah, so that is for roll number 5. Okay, and then roll number 5 we got genre-ish, and for this we got graphic novel / manga, which obviously I know isn't a genre, but that's why it's genre-ish, okay? Yeah, so I'm giving myself the a-okay to swap this book out with a different graphic novel or manga if I come across a different one. Basically, I looked through all my shelves and the only one that I own that I haven't read is Pumpkinhead, which I really want to read. However, like, it's Pumpkinhead, it's literally all of this is set in a pumpkin patch, and I imagined reading this kind of like end of September, start of October, just for the vibes. The illustrations throughout are absolutely like gorgeous. Like, you can flick to any page and they're just so pretty. And I really want to read this. I just don't know if I want to read it in the middle of summer. Yeah. So I'm giving myself permission to like swap this out, but it is the only one that I own and I am trying not to buy new books. So let's talk about it, see what it's about. And honestly, maybe I do just want some spooky vibes. I'm not a summer person, I am an autumn person, so maybe I'm missing a trick here. Maybe this will be the exact thing that I need. Deja and Josiah are seasonal best friends. Every autumn, all through high school, they've worked together at the best pumpkin patch in the whole wide world. They say goodbye every Halloween, and they're reunited every September 1st. But this Halloween is different. Josiah and Deja are finally seniors, and this is their last season at the pumpkin patch. Their last shift together, their last goodbye. Josiah's ready to spend the whole night feeling melancholy about it. Deja isn't ready to let him. She's got a plan. What if instead of moping, they went out with a bang? What if their last shift was an adventure? It sounds so good and I think it's going to be such a good time. I just don't know if I want to read it right now, but yeah, that is the pick for roll number 5, which was graphic novel / manga. Okay, and then the last roll number 6. Oh, it's gone over the side, but that is a 6. There we go, roll number 6 is a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going up to purple. I'm gonna pick this one up. This is visual, and okay, pink cover, so that one nice and easy, but we've got -1 there. So I think what I'm going to do is allow myself to combine this prompt with an earlier prompt. So as long as one of the other 5 prompts has a pink cover, it will class for both prompts. So that's what I'm going to do, because I already have a thriller or mystery selected which does have a pink cover. So yeah, that's what I'll do. So it's still -1, so we still only have 5 rolls rather than 6, but we've got 6 prompts because that just makes the most sense to do right now. So yeah. Okay, and then for roll number 6, you saw it landed on a ladder, which means -1, but it was the last roll. But really luckily it was pink cover, so I think like what I'm going to do is -1, so I'm only reading 5 books, and double up this prompt. So this will also be a prompt for How to Kill Your Family because it's a pink cover. So How to Kill Your Family is now fulfilling 2 prompts, both pink cover and thriller / mystery. So they're inside there, and I'm just going to double up and use this book for both because I want to take the benefit of still getting the -1 and not having to commit to reading certain books. So yeah, this is what I'm deciding to do for this one. So those are all of the books that I'm going to be committing to reading during July. Well, obviously there's only 5 here, so I'm quite confident that I will also get through more than that. But yeah, those are the definitive books on the TBR. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Please do give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!